back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking all about gifts. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my picks for the best beauty products that I think you should add to your wish list or that would work as gifts for the beauty lover in your life. I know that there's so many beauty products out there. It can be a little overwhelming, especially when you hear like constantly people talking about like, this is my favorite, this is my favorite, this and this and this, you know what I mean? It just kind of gets overwhelming to see like what exactly is something that is worth adding to your wish list. Or like I said, if you have the beauty lover in your life, somebody starting in makeup, somebody like really advanced or pro in makeup, what do you get them? I want it to be a resource for you guys. To get started, if you guys are new around here, welcome. My name is Andrea. I typically do videos all about beauty, fashion, and sometimes the occasional lifestyle post. If those are things that interest you, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell button so you are aware every single time I post a new video. Had a lot of things to get through, so let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, you are gonna notice that this video is solely gonna focus on high-end beauty products. High-end beauty products that are under $50. I feel like there's so many good drugstore products out there, like so many. I could probably fill an entire hour just talking about beauty products that are like under $25, $10 for like stocking stuffers, and we're gonna be here all day, and I know you guys don't have time for that, and I don't have time for that. I did do a little like gift guide roundup on stocking stuffers and beauty products under $25 on my Instagram and on my Like to Know It page. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, I will have it linked down here for you guys so you guys can check me out. I am more active there on the daily or like posting like gift guides or roundups and stuff like that. I do that on there as well. I have roundups on there already. But I decided to focus on beauty products that are under $50 just because I feel like during the holidays and Christmas time, $50 is typically that like nice sweet spot. This video is going to focus only on products that I've seen that are 50 and under, and you're also going to notice that I'm not going to include sets. I will include a set like if there's an alternative available or if you can get it as a set for this price range or whatever, I will include that down below. I will have everything linked down below, but I'm not going to talk about just holiday sets because I feel like there's a lot of videos out there on like really good holiday sets to get this season, but if they're sold out or if you can't get them anymore or something, I want to be able to share like the actual product for you guys that is under $50. So I feel like this product I have talked about in another video, and I can't remember which one it was recently, but I have been loving this guy. This is a newer addition to my collection, but I just feel like the brand, the product, everything is good about it. I feel like anybody would be really excited to get this gift, especially if they are a beauty lover. This is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. You can see that right there. It has a really nice smell to it, so keep that in mind if they are not like scent people. It has been on my wish list for quite some time. The reason I haven't picked it up is because it is $50, and $50 for a bronzer, I'm like, do I really need it? Do I really want it? Is it really that amazing? Especially because this one is a cream bronzer and I am more drawn to actual powder bronzers. But the thing that I love about this, if you have a healthy glow bronze, and it's supposed to be a really nice lightweight cream bronzer, very easy to use, and I agree 120%. This is seriously the easiest bronzer I have ever used in my life. And the reason for that being is because it is such a light shade. That is a downside. I feel like if you have darker skin than like even me, you might have a hard time using this product because it's so light. As far as I know, they don't make another shade, but I could be wrong. And if I am, I will leave both links down below for you. But because it's so light and so lightweight, it is so easy to use and to apply on your skin. I've used this with a sponge or with a brush, and I can just literally pack it on, pack it on, pack it on, and it gives such a nice, beautiful glow to the skin. And because it's so lightweight and just nice and creamy, it melts so nicely into the skin. So it's not gonna give you a powdery effect, give you that like really dry look to your skin. It's just gonna blend so seamlessly with your foundation, and I really have been loving this product. If you order this from the Chanel website as well, you can add like gift wrapping to them, and it actually comes with like a really nice white box, like really nicely wrapped and everything. Imagine going under the Christmas tree, opening this up on Christmas Day, and you just have like the beautiful Chanel packaging that comes with it, and then you see this bronzer in there, especially if they're a beauty lover. It's a really good product. One more bronzer I want to talk to you guys about. This is actually from Marc Jacobs. This is the Omega Bronze Tantastic. Holy cow. this is probably my favorite bronzer out of all the bronzers I have. I know I have raved about this on here and on Instagram before because it's just such a good powder. So you get this big compact, it comes with a nice mirror, and this is fantastic for when you're traveling if you take this with you, because then you can use that mirror. It's so big and you get a lot of product on here. What I love about this bronzer is that it's very similar to the Chanel bronzer in the sense that it gives you a flawless bronze every single time. I feel like I can go really heavy-handed with this and still be able to blend it out nicely, and it doesn't look muddy. It doesn't look like a brown streak or like a helmet kind of if you do it like that. It just gives you a really nice like sun-kissed glow. Obviously you can build up the color more if you really want to go in a couple of times, but it takes a couple of times to build in that color. Of this to bronze and to contour. I will use this for both, and I feel like there are very few bronzers that I can actually do that with. I know that they do make like 3 other shades of this as well, a little bit more orangey one or like a lighter one, and then there is a deeper darker one. I use the Tantastic 104 because it's that nice middle in between, and it's the one that I can contour and bronze with, but depending on your skin tone you might want to look at other ones. But either way, the formula of this is very soft. It's powdery, but it doesn't like just sit on your skin powdery. It just blends seamlessly with your foundation and other powders, and I just really like it. I think it's such a good one. And this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. Exactly how it says, Airbrush Flawless Finish, is what this powder does. This is such a good powder for pretty much anything. You can use this to set your entire face, or you can use it specifically to set your under eye area, and that is what I like to do. I will grab a brush and then set my under eye with this, and every single time I set my under eye with this, regardless of what concealer I use, it looks flawless. It honestly looks so smooth. It's like you went over that smoothing tool on Facetune underneath your under eye area, and it's like so finely milled that it doesn't just sit there and like fall into like the pores or creases of your face. It's really good. It does come in 2 other shades. I think unfortunately it doesn't get a lot darker, or at least as far as I can remember, it doesn't get super dark. So if you have like a really dark complexion, you might not find the shade for you. But if I'm wrong, I will obviously leave that down below for you guys. But I know it does come in 2 other shades, like a dark and like a light. I use the shade 2 medium, and I love this. And then the last powder I want to talk to you guys about is also a beauty essential. Like if you ask anyone in the beauty community, any makeup artist, I'm sure they've used this. I'm sure they love it. This is from Laura Mercier, and this is the Translucent Loose Setting Powder. You do get a big amount for this. This is one of my favorite translucent powders. This is one of the most finely milled translucent powders out there, and it works so well for setting your face. It works so well for like setting your concealer. It works well for baking. Even though this isn't advertised as like a mattifying powder, this really does help control the oils that I have. It just sits so nicely on the face. Love that it doesn't give a white cast when I'm filming or when I'm taking pictures. Just know so many people that love this, that can get so much use out of this. It just works so well. All right, let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes. I feel like the best gift to give during the holidays, especially for a beauty lover, is a makeup palette, just because they can get so much use out of it, whether it's everyday looks or whether they want to dress up nicely or create more intense looks. Depending on which eyeshadow palette you get, you can achieve both. I know there are so many eyeshadow palettes out there, so there are 4 that I want to talk to you guys about that I feel like could be used whether you're a beginner just starting in makeup or more kind of advanced. First up is probably my favorite eyeshadow formula out of all of them. I'm of course talking about Too Faced, and I'm talking about their chocolate and like gingerbread line. So it's the ones that come in these tins. I actually have 6 of their palettes. Probably my favorite one, and the one that I feel like you can get the most use out of, is going to be the original chocolate bar palette. I feel like these colors, like I said, are perfect for everything. You feel like this is a good palette for any range. I know people that are in their 30s, 40s that get use out of this palette because of the shades, and I know like teenagers that love this palette just because it's really cute. The eyeshadows work really well. You can create a lot of looks for it, and little chocolate bar just looks adorable on their vanity. These add the right amount of pigmentation and color to the eyes, and you can easily build them up, and I just feel like it's super easy to work with them. For that reason, this is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas ever. 2 palettes I wanted to mention in case they already have that one or whatever, I would highly look into this gingerbread one. I think this is the one from last year. This is the spicy gingerbread palette. This one is a lot warmer, and it has just more of those like pops of colors, like the oranges and the pinks, and I just love it for that one. And then the other one that I really liked was their semi-sweet palette. Now this one you can get at TJ Maxx. I have seen it. I just really like this one as well. Same thing, because of the tones. There's just like everything that you want in a palette. All right, so the second on like my favorite eyeshadow formulas is cult classic now. This is like something that I feel like everybody has talked about. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Modern Renaissance palette. Looks like this. Again, I just love the tones on this. I get so much use out of these warm tones, like these berry tones, orangey kind of tones. And this one, very similar to the Too Faced one, I love because the matte shades are pigmented and they work and blend so nicely, but also the shimmer shades are really nice. And Anastasia has different shimmer consistencies. They have just like the shimmer ones, they have the metallics, they have the like holographic ones. They have so many, and I think that's another really good thing about them is that you can get any kind of color or shade that you're looking for with Anastasia. I do think these matte shadows are a little bit more crumbly than the Too Faced ones, but they are more pigmented when you first apply them. Still very easy to use, and I just love all the colors. So this one might be cheating a little bit because I just got this a couple months ago and I started using it this year, but I think this is such a good one, and I feel like a popular one as well. So this is from KKW Beauty, and this is the classic eyeshadow palette. I was just talking about you don't want to just get someone like a neutral palette because they may have all the shades already, may not get use out of them, but I feel like this is the only exception. While this is a more neutral palette, this is still more different. You have like this like berry tone here, this like lighter kind of berry tone, these mustard shades, and I feel like those are normal neutral shades when you get an eyeshadow palette. I feel like typically neutral tones are like orangey, more brown, more taupey, and really so much these kind of colors here. Actually really stunned and blown away by how good these eyeshadows work. They still blend really nicely and work well with other colors, which is exactly what you want. You don't want shadows that are going to be so powdery or so creamy or so like pigmented that when you work them with other shadows, they're just going to be muddy or like blend together and it's not going to look good. I feel like this is a neutral palette that even if the person already has their neutral palette, they probably don't have these shades, probably weren't even thinking about this eyeshadow formula, but it's a really good one and I've been pleasantly surprised with it. And the last eyeshadow palette and brand to talk to you guys about is that I recently talked about. This is from Sigma, this is the Cor de Rosa eyeshadow palette, and I'm talking about this palette, but I'm also talking about their eyeshadow formula just in general. So this one I recently talked about in my favorites. Again, these tones are just so beautiful. You can see like a theme. I love my neutral tones, my berry tones, my orange tones, just because I get so much use out of them. I feel like you can create so many looks with this, and these colors I've seen work so well on so many skin tones. The thing I did mention before is I was stunned and have been stunned by, holy cow, just like the pigmentation of Sigma's shadows. They're so good. You are gonna get such a nice, rich, vibrant, colorful look from this. That's what I really like about them. Do not sleep on Sigma Beauty eyeshadow palettes. They are literally one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes ever. All right, moving on to another product that's kind of like a set. You can buy them separately and they're each under $25 if you want to do them as stocking stuffers, or you can buy like a set, and typically those are under $50, but they're worth it 100% whichever way you buy them. The Beauty Blender and the Beauty Blender Cleaner. Like I said, I've seen sets that come with like 4 beauty blenders or just 2 beauty blenders plus like a solid cleaner. I will include some of my favorite like sets down below, or the ones that I think are worth it, but these are amazing. Beauty Blender is still my favorite ride or die makeup sponge. Is the original makeup sponge. Just gets so nice. It's so soft even without getting it wet, but then when you get it wet, it's still really soft and it leaves your foundation looking flawless. There's some really good drugstore ones that I've talked about before, but I really feel like nothing compares to the original Beauty Blender. And as you can tell, I get the Beauty Blender Pro, the black one. Something about the composition of this one, I feel like it holds even less foundation when you're applying it on, and it applies it even smoother. No, it just gives more of a flawless application every time. It doesn't soak up as much product as some of the other drugstore competitors, and my skin and foundation always just look really nice after you use it. And then to clean it, I have been using the Beauty Blender Solid. This is the lavender one. It does come with like a little like sponge on there if you want to use that to clean your beauty blenders. This is just great. Soap itself is super soft and it's really easy just to like swivel your beauty blender and just like wring it under the sink, and clean it up, and then it's mess free because it does come in this little like pot here. My all-time favorite sets, one of my all-time favorite products, and I think this is just really good to have because I know a lot of people don't want to spend $20 on a sponge for themselves, so why not treat them to a kit that comes with everything they need. All right, so next I want to talk to you guys about a lipstick formula. These are, I think, like 30 something, so they're more expensive than $25, but certainly not $50, but I think these are worth every single penny. They have so many shades that you can literally find any shade for anyone. So these are the NARS Audacious lipsticks. I have two shades here. This is the shade Raquel Nude with a hint of pink on there. And then this one is one of my all-time favorite lipsticks, if not my favorite lipstick. This is Anita, deeper than Raquel, as you can see there, but they still are both pink tones. I just love this lipstick and formula so much. It's so luxe. Packaging is like a sleek black. It does have the magnetic kind of closure on there. This lipstick formula is just amazing. I'm typically a matte lipstick kind of girl. I love matte lipsticks, especially comfortable matte lipsticks like the Pat McGrath one. But this one is like a nice in-between. Demi-matte almost. You can see a little bit of shine on them, but they're not so shiny or like a satin lipstick. They are more of that like demi-matte formula. But I love the wear power of this. They just last a very long time. They are so comfortable on the lips. Light on so smooth. They're not moisturizing because they're not a satin finish, but they're also not drying on the lips. They're not a matte formula. And I just feel like for special occasions, this is such a nice lipstick to have. Anita, this shade right here is actually the shade that I used for my wedding day. I literally reapplied it once. I wore it in the morning. It lasted all through the ceremony. I was eating and then I was wiping my mouth, so it did come off. I reapplied it one more time and it lasted the entire rest of the afternoon. Like I said, this is kind of a luxe gift because not many people would want to spend 30 something dollars on a single lipstick, but these are definitely worth it. I have tried the Tom Ford lipsticks as well, and I honestly feel like the NARS Audacious ones are better than that. So if you're gonna get someone a luxe lipstick, I would do something like this over a luxury one that may not be as good. But these are fantastic. Definitely my favorite lipstick of all time. All right, two more things left to go. I do want to mention some sets. Like I said, I didn't want to mention or focus solely on holiday sets, but these are sets that you can get year round. I want to talk to you is about the products that come in a set, whether you get them separately or as the set together for under $50 or under $25. These are from Sigma Beauty. So two of my favorite products. One of them is this Sigma Express Brush Spa Mat. This is $25, so you can get this if you want and then roll it up as like a stocking stuffer. Otherwise, the Sigmatic Brush Shampoo is fantastic. This is $19, so you can also use this as a stocking stuffer. Otherwise, like I said, I do think that they do come in sets with these together, but these are amazing. To clean brushes, these are my go-to brush cleaners. Like I said, I do use the solid to clean up some brushes, but mostly for my beauty blenders and sponges, and this is what I use to clean my brushes. You can see how worn this is because I've had this for years. This is amazing. It's just a suction underneath at the bottom, and you apply this onto your sink, and then you spritz some of this brush cleaner. This is new because I just got it in. You spritz some of this brush cleaner on the mat or on the brush itself, and then you just swivel your brush in there. And it has grips on this side for smaller brushes, and then they have this side for like washing face brushes, this refining sign before you get them out, and this just cleans everything. It just gets all the gunk out, gets everywhere in the brushes and the bristles. This brush cleaner is just really gentle. It's 100% natural, and it's for brushes, so it's not going to damage the ferrule of your brushes or the actual brush hairs. These individually are fantastic, but if you can get them in a set under $50, that works out well too. And then since I was talking about Sigma, I did also want to recommend, if you're gonna invest into makeup brushes, I highly recommend Sigma Beauty. You can see some brushes that I have over there, and I have tons of brushes like back here on my brush holder. A lot of them are Sigma. Even before I was an affiliate with Sigma, even before I received PR from Sigma, they were one of the most talked about brush brands because their brushes are so good. I have brushes that are like 5 years old that are still going strong after washing them multiple times and using them multiple times. The quality is just amazing. The ferrules are really nice and like tightly packed together so that the brush bristles don't shed, and I love that. I've been talked about in the past like some Morphe brushes that just don't work because they shed or they don't hold up as long as Sigma brushes. There's so many sets that you can see. I will include links to some sets down below for like some mini ones or a couple of my favorite brushes. I will link them down below so you guys can check those out as well. But literally these two and brushes from Sigma, you cannot go wrong. And then the last gift idea under 50 I have for you guys is also a set. Buy them individually. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Pillow Talk set. This is the lip cheat in Pillow Talk, and then this is the lipstick in Pillow Talk. And this is another cult classic. It's just the perfect nude with a hint of pink as well. You can see that lip liner right there. And then this lipstick is pretty much the same, but I feel like the lipstick leans a little bit more nude. This is just the perfect everyday combination. I use this lip cheat all the time. I use it together with this and I love it. Like, this is one of the few lip liners that's actually worth it as well, just because it does last a long time. The pigmentation is really nice, opaque as well. You're not gonna see anything through that, but it glides on really nicely for a wooden pencil. And then this lipstick is very similar to the NARS Audacious formula. I feel like the NARS Audacious one is still just a little bit creamier, but this one is not like an actual matte formula, but it's also not a satin. So it's not going to be too shiny or too like flat matte. It's just a really nice demi matte in between. And this shade is just perfect for like every day with light makeup. If you're doing like a really dark smoky eye and you want some nude but you want a little bit of color, this is like the perfect shade to go. I know so many people, even if they love makeup, don't love makeup, just want to wear some makeup or whatever, that love this combination because it's a really good combo together, but they also work really well separate. Come on a set right now that I saw on charlottetilbury.com that is actually $50 exactly for both. Otherwise, Sephora does have a mini version of this with like a mini lipstick and mini lip cheat for $25 as a stocking stuffer that I did mention as well. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's video. What did you think about the products that I mentioned to you guys as gifts under $50? Like I said, I know that there are other holiday sets going on right now that you can get, but I really wanted to focus on actual products if you didn't want to get a set, because sometimes those do sell out, or you didn't want to get a set or couldn't get a holiday set. What kinds of products should you invest in if you are wanting to shop for the beauty lover in your life, or if you're trying to come up with wish list ideas for yourself that maybe you don't want in a set? What are some good recommendations? And so I thought I would share these with you all. Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff is going to be left down below for you guys, as well as coupon codes to help you save some money. Like I said, I will have links to all of this stuff as well. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram if you're not already. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and I will talk to you guys soon.